Alright, welcome. I haven't done a video in a while. Today is September 11th, 2024. And today's video is going to be a trade recap or a market review over what occurred during the CPI session today. So, first off, I did not take a single trade today. And I'll get into why. But yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so first things off is I do want to mention how on NQ how I was anticipating for prices to take out previous day high here. So I wanted to see this high get taken for the daily objective. And we actually took that with CPI news, I believe. Or actually, let's see here. So we didn't take that out with CPI news. We actually traded up to it, trade down, took out London lows, and then we took out previous day high. So after we took out previous day high, we started to get this move lower here, right? During the New York AM session. So with this entire move lower, I wasn't presented with a single opportunity to target previous day low. So let me just mark out previous day low and previous day high for you guys, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is previous day low, and this is previous day high. Alright, so notice how we took out previous day high, we had the morning manipulation, took out morning previous day high, and then we began to start. The first thing that I told myself was that this 15-minute fair value gap should be treated as support to continue higher, but we closed below it, and then we started to get displacement candles on the 15-minute time frame, trading lower. So that was the first thing I recognized here, and we started to trade lower. And like I said, this entire move down here, I wasn't given a opportunity to continue lower or target lower prices. Even at 10:30, we didn't even we didn't even trade up into any fair value gaps or anything like that. We just continued to drop, and yeah, I wasn't presented with a trade model. So after that, I told myself, okay, if we are going to expand lower throughout the rest of the day, I would just wait until we can get some sort of retracement back into a 15-minute fair value gap. So here, what I'm looking at right now is, so we just took up previous day low, and I want to take a look at what ES did during trading today. So we actually traded way lower compared to we traded a lot lower on ES compared to NQ. So notice how we had this massive SMT here. So ES, like I said, took out, this was September 9th New York AM session low. And NQ, we didn't even take that out. So that was the first sign, like, okay, well, NQ, we aren't as weak compared to ES. So let's just continue to watch if NQ can respect this 15-minute fair value gap here to continue lower. So the way I trade is I don't short when prices trades up into this 15-minute fair value gap. I want to trade the internal model. This is the 15-minute model, but with my understanding that prices is fractal, you can find this exact same model, prices trading up into a fair value gap to continue lower on the lower time frames. So I wanted to see prices create a bearish 15-minute power of 3 here, whenever prices trades back into this 15-minute fair value gap. However, did we get a bearish candle after trading into the 15-minute fair value gap? No, we did not. We completely disrespected that 15-minute candle here, or 15-minute fair value gap, and we just started to trade higher again. So now what's occurring through my mind is, okay, well, we just disrespected a 15-minute fair value gap. So let's see if we are going to rebalance deeper into this 30-minute fair value gap that we have created. So the first opportunity that I was giving to long here was actually based off of how this 15-minute candle closed right here. However, I didn't take this trade because I wanted this 15-minute candle I wanted the closure to be above the swing high, and we didn't. So what's going through my mind is, okay, prices could actually retrace back inside this 15-minute fair value gap and then continue lower, because I wanted to see this candle right here. I wanted to see this candle close above the previous 15-minute candle's high. If that happened, then I would have taken a long. However, like I said, the way that 15-minute candle closed, it wasn't convincing to me. But we did have time frame alignment between the 15-minute and the 30-minute. So the 30-minute, based on this candle right here, based on that 30-minute candle, we can anticipate that 30-minute candle highs to be taken. So we did end up taking that 30-minute candle high. And like I said, I didn't take this trade because of how this 15-minute candle closed. This 15-minute candle close should have been above the previous 15-minute candle's high. However, that wasn't an opportunity. So I just kept waiting. I waited. Okay, here's another model here. So this 15-minute candle is in alignment with this 30-minute candle. So there's time frame alignment. What are the time frames suggesting us? Well, both time frames here are suggesting that we could trade higher. However, like again, I wanted to see that 15-minute candle close above the previous candle's high. However, we closed below it. So that means we could retrace back inside this 15-minute fair value gap. And so I didn't take this model. But like I said, 15-minute and the 30-minute are suggesting higher prices. But I didn't take the model because I wanted to see prices close above this 15-minute high here. And like I said, so majority, or basically the entire day today, I had to just sit on the sidelines and kind of tape read. There was no reason for me to enter the trade or enter a trade setup because my entry pattern and my model wasn't present. So I just kept waiting and watching. I was not playing here, but yeah. So I just kept watching and watching, and I watched prices expand, targeting my higher time frame targets here. So I wanted to see prices actually rebalance this daily fair value gap, and I wanted to see prices take out September 5th high of day, and we ended up taking that high. And like I said, I wasn't given a opportunity to be a part of the move higher. The only trade setup in the New York PM session here that I wanted to cover was this right here. So notice how this hourly candle here suggested higher prices, right? This hourly, this 30-minute was suggesting higher prices. So I wanted to see how prices would treat this 15-minute fair value gap. And notice how whenever prices trades back inside this 15-minute fair value gap, pay attention to how this 15-minute candle closes after trading inside the 15-minute fair value gap. That is a bullish 15-minute candle closure. So we can anticipate for that 15-minute swing high to be taken. So this is the 15-minute high that I'm talking about. And notice how it is in confluence with the hourly time frame. So that hourly high is also the draw of liquidity. And this hourly fair value gap should be treated as a breakaway gap. Reason being, well, I wanted to see prices open up on this very next hourly candle, trade into some sort of lower time frame PD array, take out this hourly swing high first, hourly high, and then if we take out the high, after we take out the high, then we could rebalance this hourly fair value gap. But yeah, so that's the reason why I would treat this as a breakaway gap. And notice how this hourly candle right here, this hourly candle closed above the previous hourly candle's high. So that's just another, theory of mine. So yeah, back to the 15-minute model. We had a 15-minute bullish reaction to a 15-minute BISI. So we know why we created that bullish candle. and we have time frame alignment between the 15 minute, the 30 minute, and the hourly. So now on the lower time frames, I would go onto the 5 minute, the 1 minute, to find an entry pattern. So we have this 5 minute fair value gap here, right? Would I enter the trade off of this 5 minute fair value gap? No, because I am anticipating for this 5 minute fair value gap to be a breakaway gap. I wanted to see prices on this very next 5 minute candle trade into an even lower time frame PD array, take out the 15 minute swing high, and then maybe the hourly high too. So that's the internal model. So if I'm treating that 5 minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap, that means I would have to go onto the 4 minute, the 3 minute, the 2 minute, or the 1 minute to find my entry pattern. So on the 1 minute time frame, we have created this 1 minute fair value gap right here. So notice how this is if I'm treating this 5 minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap, that means if I answer, I can actually answer here, have my stop loss here, have my stop loss at the 5 minute breakaway gap, because there's a reason why prices shouldn't trade back into that 5 minute fair value gap. If we're bullish, we should take out the 15 minute swing high first and then retrace back inside the 5 minute fair value gap. But yeah, so my entry here would have been at this one minute fair value gap here. And notice how we open up at 15 or 3:15. Look at, so we instantly took out, so we opened up at 5:15 or 3:15, and we instantly took out the 15 minute swing high and the hourly swing high. So that means my objective here for this trade has already been completed. So there is no reason for me to be entering this trade anymore, because the hourly high and the 15 minute objective and the hourly objective / 30 minute objective has been already met. So I cancel the orders, and like I said, I have to stay on the sidelines again. But that's just one thing as a trader. You're going to put up risk, right? But if the model isn't present, then why are you going to take the model? There's no reason for you to take that model. My objective, like I said, was that 15 minute, the 30 minute, and the hourly high. After we complete that objective, what's my next objective? It's already been completed, so I have to wait on time. And by that last trade was basically like the end of the day. So we didn't have enough time left to create new structure, but yeah, this today's been, it really tested my patience and my discipline to stay on the sidelines if the model isn't present, if my model isn't present. I'm sure people's caught, I'm sure there's many people that caught this entire move up here. But if I'm sticking to my rules and my rule sets, I just have to be content. You have to be content with either losing the trade, winning the trade, or sitting on the sidelines. And today was that third option. I had to be really patient and extremely disciplined to stay on the sidelines, because who isn't going to have FOMO in this massive move up? But I have that self-control to sit on the sidelines, like I said before, and watch prices do its thing. So we did just that. I was patient, and like I said, I waited until we were given a model. We weren't given a model, and yeah, I just had to watch prices move without me. But I hope this video taught you guys something. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace out. Skadoosh.